don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing God of War on God of War difficulty, and this is episode 3. This video took a while to make, and I'll explain a little bit later in the video on why that is the case, but as of right now, let's get into the video. We pick up immediately at where we left off last time. That is the big Fire Ogre arena. I turn and enter the corner here and see there's a massive chest right here, and the puzzle, not gonna lie, it's a very simple puzzle to open a chest, but we'll see in a moment here my severe weakness of not understanding how to angle the axe throw, because I repeatedly attempt to throw the axe and I continuously miss. And trust me, it's as aggravating as it is for me to see this back, because goddamn, this is so pathetic. But immediately after I scored a hit, I immediately go and do the other two, which were very easy, and I unlock the chest. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I watched a tutorial on where to locate all of these Norn apples and where to find all of these runic chests so I can get all the upgrades. And I felt like a complete idiot because I was not aware that in the first section of the game, right when we was fighting the first set of Draugrs, there was a chest I missed. My ADSC aside, my friend in real life, who we all know who I'm talking about, he told me I should have, before I started playing it as a YouTube challenge, I should have played the game normally to appreciate the story of a father and son going past a treacherous journey together and growing together as people. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I should have done that because I would have given me a better representation on how to feel about the story going ahead. But the challenge makes it feel more alive when playing through it than on regular story difficulty because it just feels like you're breezing past everything. Because Kratos and Atreus both they are struggling and this is a fight for their lives, so I need to get into their headspace. Also, speaking of struggle, this maze that I'm currently or was in, yeah, I struggled in there for about a good couple 10 seconds because I just kept running in circles. While Kratos struggled to squeeze his massive hulking body through those rocks, a part of me thought, why didn't he just push the mountain aside? And it is here we reach one of my favorite characters in this entire game. Freya herself. Oh wait, she's not called Freya right now. The witch herself, yes. This is one of the slower moments in the game that really puts the brakes on all the action and boss fights, and really just calms down the pace and just tells you your actions in the worlds have consequences, but also look at the beautiful scenery and how magical the world is. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm just like, so wait, the boss her friend, and she's friends with all the animals and nature around here. How much of her friends and family has Kratos and Boy and Kratos' prior wife had killed over the years? Because truthfully, if that is the case, how much friends has Freya lost to Kratos already? Just to do a complete 180 to that statement I just made, I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. This is the greatest ship in God of War history. I don't care what none of y'all say. This is the best ship in God of War, and I think this is the only ship in God of War, and I 100% approve this. Just change the topic again. Kratos as a hard yet soft and caring father is something that I might have accidentally based my D&D character Zaf off of a little bit here. Because not playing God of War all that seriously, but at the time when I was building my D&D character, I wanted him to be a strong and paternal figure while also being hard enough to raise his children to be strong. And playing through God of War, I realized, damn, this man got the same parental style as Zaf Olfang. Just changed up again to my previous statement of Kratos and Freya being an amazing ship. This man, within seconds of knowing her, followed orders and went and go do something for her. And also, he let her willingly cast a spell on him without him, fully trusting her. So, again, I say, I ship it. This just backs up my statement even more. Look at how caring and how much of a mother figure she is to Boy. Granted, I know a huge time skip occurs, and by the time he and Kratos probably get together, Boy would probably be an adult already. But still, you guys can see it, right? Also, Freya's a big fat liar! Because how is it underneath your house, girl, there's nightmares, but also draugrs? Oh, yes, take this passageway, it's totally safe. Tell that to me who died 3 times to nightmares because I didn't figure out that, oh yeah, upon my third death, I could just throw the axe at them and not try and box them because they one-shot me. Thank you, Freya. After defeating those enemies, I quickly realized something was horribly wrong. So I went into my settings and realized, ah, shit. My sensitivity is so low, no wonder I feel like bricks. So I immediately fix it and start playing around with the settings. After I fixed that very crucial issue, I went and opened the chest and I found one of my saving graces in this entire challenge run, and something that will be making a lot of appearances further, regardless of what some might say in the comments. You know who you are. This allows me to regenerate my health when I press circle with the axe. And this is the greatest thing I have ever found. Because instead of relying upon those green crystals, I can now heal myself. The importance of self healing cannot be understated. Just like in any other video game, Elden Ring, Minecraft, or even Genshin Impact, you need the ability to heal yourself on command. That way, instead of running around the room like a coward, desperately trying not to get hit, I can run around the room like a coward and stall for time so I can regenerate so I can take said hit. Like, I don't care what none of y'all say in the comments. This is the greatest thing I will ever find until I find something better. And while we're on the topic of finding, I find it rather strange the fact that the world serpent, who we can clearly see is a very large and gargantuan creature, somehow manages to submerge his entire head in this really shallow lake. Because he displaced that amount of water just from his head being covered. Which begs the question is, how didn't we notice any of this? And yes, fog is one thing, but two, this lake is really shallow. How did you submerge yourself here? This would be the equivalent of you submerging yourself in a small bowl. Well, I guess it works out in that case because the effect is still the same. Well, from this experience, we can come to the conclusion of two things. One, the World Serpent and Ashton Hall got the same type of morning routine. Seriously, like, we can tell that the temple, this has been submerged for at most a week. So did the World Serpent just decide, you know what, let me plop my face down directly into this small, shallow lake and flood this random temple to the gods? Nobody will notice it. And yes, I know it's not a temple to the gods, it's the workshop for the brothers, but still, it's just like, why did he suddenly decide to submerge his face in this shallow, small lake? It doesn't make any sense to me. And while we're on the topic of things that doesn't make sense to me, how the hell did Brock manage to beat us here? Because seriously, it's not a matter of, oh, the witch took up a whole bunch of our time with the boss situation. No, we were just the cause of why the lake froze over. So unless this man teleported through that little gate thing underwater and was just waiting for us to empty the lake, seriously, how did he beat us here?
It can't be. How did you get back here before us?
How did we, Kronk?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
The edit I envisioned in my mind was a whole lot cleaner than the one that I actually did, but I think the one that I did actually kept it a standard, so I think I was fine with it. Let me know what you guys think about that one. But yeah, so when it came down to Brock's shop right here, I came to the conclusion in my mind that I needed to get the upgrade because his brother's on the opposite side of the mountain and there's monsters in between the mountain that I'll have to fight through, so just to make my life easier, I'll just go get the upgrades from Brock right here. The issue is, I got zero clue what any of these like stat categories mean, so I didn't know what to get the upgrade of. So I was looking at armor, then I looked at stats, then I found a talisman, which you guys will see in a minute was a very bad decision. I was looking at these talismans for about a minute, and let me be real with you guys. Purchasing this talisman was the greatest mistake of my entire lousy career so far. The reason it is the case is because I didn't know when I purchased this talisman, it shall proceed to one, take off of the healing talisman I was on, and two, mess me up so badly because I didn't incorporate it into my playstyle, so it was just a useless pick and a waste of money. Once again, my greatest enemy is myself. Almost immediately, we can see the effect of my horrible financial decisions, as not even a couple seconds into the first fight, I get my ass beat by a couple of poison draugrs. Also, poison draugrs. I thought ice joggers would have been my weakness, but no, poison joggers are also a massive pain in my ass. Nah, cause how is it fair that I get hit by these guys once, and that takes away not a quarter of my health, not even a third, but close to half my health, and yes, my health is low, I need to go get those Norn apples, but still, even when I got the health boost, these things were still taking a good chunk of my health with their poison alone, mind you. Also, why is it when I triumphantly kill one of these guys, they decide to say fuck you from the grave and blow up in my face with pus everywhere, and I feel like I have to wipe my face from behind the screen? That is just not pleasant. But it does give a challenging incentive of, hey, don't get way too close to these guys, otherwise they'll explode. And as a game designer, quote unquote, I can understand that. The reason why I refer to myself as a quote unquote game designer, for any of those who know me, earlier in the video, I stated the fact that I am a D&D player, and in our current campaign, I am the DM slash the GM. I am the person that creates the entire world, story, and lore for everything, and I set up all the boss fights. So when it comes down to it, I can appreciate when people do the small details for the small characters and monsters that you fight on a regular basis. Also, I think I might steal the idea of hiding an explosive in a common enemy that we might have to face in a larger encampment area. But who knows? Well, besides me and Zafalfang, of course. But let's get focused back onto this puzzle right here, because if this puzzle is so deadly and tricky, how did people die to this? Because their skulls impaled on it. But after easily solving this puzzle, I unlocked the chest with the third Norn apple. And with it, my health not skyrockets, but at least plateaus, and I can take more than 3 hits and die. Now I can take 4 hits and die! You can tell how excited I was by my little wiggle dance I did there, but reality came crashing down on me like the meteor did to the dinosaurs, as it doesn't matter how high my health is, if I play like a jackass and don't react in time for proper combat, I will immediately die to anything around me. After saying that, I will state this. This is the greatest 2v1 I've ever seen in my life. Because this had me on the ropes for a solid minute here. And the reason why I say it's a 2v1 and not a 2v2 is, boy, your damage is so little that I doubt it even affects the health bar. One. And two, they don't even target you half the time. They're more focused on the actual threat. And this this came down to me just whittling them down, truthfully, because I couldn't get too close. Otherwise, one, they would smack the shit out of me with them poison swords, and two, I was afraid of getting blown up when I killed them because I was on 1 HP this entire time. This is yet another moment where buying this talisman screwed me over, because I see the fact that it did activate and boost my damage, yes, but also I could have used the healing to regenerate my health. By God, buying that talisman was a dumb decision. But after defeating these dragons, I break through this little wooden section barricade here, and I see this another prophecy talisman, so I open it up, and something immediately catches my attention, and while Boy is narrating about it, this thing still catches my attention, and I decide to look at it, because I'm just like, no way. Boy proceeds to say, look, the world serpent bit door, and I'm just like, so wait, the feminine looking person inside this thing supposed to be Thor? What? That doesn't make any. Oh, you talk about the other side. Then who was the lady getting bit by the snake on the other half? A mystery I feel we will never discover. Feel free to leave your ideas in the comment section. Putting my perversion and my mild curiosity aside, we've made our way through the mountain pass, and the only challenges I faced in there was just the scorpion venom spitting thing, which I have grown to greatly despise in equal magnitude as the wraiths or the witches. The reason will become very obvious in just a second. Also, Brock's brother unironically makes me as angry as Kratos, because he is just so boring, and frankly, I prefer Brock, because Brock got sass, Brock got Snark. And I'm sad that in the later game series we'll be only left with him, because yeah, Sindri is alright, but you're a blacksmith and you're, most of all, you're a Nordic blacksmith. You're supposed to be tough, rugged, and you're afraid of germs and blood. It just feels very odd, and frankly, I don't think he fits in the setting. Now, I wouldn't consider myself a Sindri hater, it's just the fact that this character is a dwarf, and dwarfs in this universe and in Nordic are supposed to be as old as the gods. So, him being afraid of blood is a little bit disorientating, but I do love Sindri for one fact. The fact that he gave Boy a resurrection stone, so now whenever my dumbass falls in battle, Boy can revive me. And it happens a lot exactly outside his store, because as soon as I purchased this resurrection stone, it came into really good use. As in, I died over 30 times possibly outside his doorstep, because at some point I had to stop the recording because I was getting farmed. Now, getting farmed in God of War is something I'm used to by now. I don't even get mad about it anymore because it's just like it comes with the territory. I'm playing the game on the hardest level difficulty. I cannot get frustrated because I'm used to it by now. You're just meant to roll when you get knocked down and just get back up. The issue is, I actually managed to clear this thing within like my 10th try. And that was one of the greatest moments I felt that night, because when I did it, I was just like, oh shit, I managed to do it. And then I see a chest on the side of my screen. And when I went to go pick up the chest, right, there was still a miasmicmora around it that managed to kill me. And I was just like, yeah, that shouldn't kill me. I should be fine because I could just walk out of it after I grab the chest. I forgot to freeze the totem. So I died from the poison, and I'm just like, well, shit, I could just save here, because the reason why I thought I was safe was because XP had flashed up on my screen, giving me a false sense of security, saying, yeah, it does only grant XP after I clear all the enemies, right? Because if I remember correctly, I just only get the XP counter when I done clear the encounter. So thinking this, I was fully thinking I was gonna just come back here, get that chest, and go through the poison. Wrong. I died and had to fight the monsters again. And after that death, I had to deal with the monsters for about 20 to 30 more deaths. I am not lying. I was so crushed after my mistake that I had to walk away and take a breather, because that was my own fault and a different level of stupidity on my part. I could have prevented that from taking place, but because I get too excited and went in loot goblin mode, it led to my death. This is one of those instances where I will learn from my mistake and not go in loot goblin mode. And now, whenever I'm in God of War or in any game, I will always check the arena to make sure everything is dead. The worst part about my whole experience with completing it on the 10th try and then dying to my own loot goblin and stupidity is the fact that I failed both in the game at the time, because I couldn't actually complete the encounter and had to go redo it and then fail a couple more times, but also on the YouTube aspect, because I can't even get to show you guys the clip of what happened because of the fact that I stopped recording thinking, yeah, I finished the combat section, so I don't need to show anything else here. I'll just end the recording and go and put that into editing. No, I lost both on the game sense and the YouTube sense. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a like, because my suffering is at least worth a little bit of internet validation by a simple like button. And if you guys found a moment that was particularly to your liking, feel free to comment about it. YouTube copy pasta aside, I will now get into the reason why this video took so long to make. This is something that's both in the realm of my control, but also it's in the aspect of I can't control another part of it. So it breaks down into two separate reasons. I currently have a gaming addiction / a Genshin addiction. I can't stop playing a game known as Genshin Impact, and my friends got me into it, and I can't stop playing it because I find it fun and I need something to fill in the Destiny cravings. Because recently I stopped playing Destiny because I'll release a video explaining my beef with Destiny currently. Another reason why this video took so long is I want to work on the video when I'm not playing Genshin throughout the course of the day, but my neighbor got a motorbike as of recently, and for some unbelievable reason, he revs the engine for majority of the day and a small portion of the night. So when I'm recording the audio to make these YouTube videos, he just be revving his engine in the background. And as much as I use the noise suppression tool on Clipchamp, it doesn't work for certain noise frequencies. That motorbike engine does be deafening, and I do not want to subject the very little fans I have to that in the background. I recently am trying to schedule it so that I can put the effort in to make these videos and actually get a decent upload schedule. So far, I promised to get 2 videos out per month because at least that'll be some sort of content, and I'm gonna try to increase the quality gradually. So, for the few subscribers I have, please stick with me, and I will promise to try and get better content out. And I now realize how pathetic that sounds, but truly, I want to try and make something out of this YouTube channel. Pleading on the internet for random people who you've never met before to continue watching your poorly edited YouTube series aside, I will say this puzzle gave me a little bit of issues because, as you guys can clearly see, I don't know how it works. So it boiled down to me just hitting this with my axe a couple of times before eventually working, and I completed it and got the puzzle. When I was playing the game, I endeavored to go up the hill and find a good point to end the video at, but I died to that one witch up there, and I know that was sad, but I was coming down late, so I just decided to end the recording there. And with that, we are now at the end of the video. Now, thank you everyone for watching to the end, and if you guys really loved the video, then feel free to subscribe, and the like button's down there too. Now, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and have a good day.